Hello, Law 30 students. If you have enrolled in law, you're in the right place. If not, you should probably contact your supervising teacher because you're probably not in the right place. This is Law 30, and I would just like to introduce you to the course and to me. My name is Greg Schwaga. My home school here is at Vanguard Community School, and I also teach cyber school, Law 30, and drafting in the second semester. So you probably found your way to the course on Moodle, and I'll just show you a few things. I've tried to change my course a little bit this year so that it should be a little bit easier in terms of navigation and knowing what to do and what to hand in and so on. Okay, so my contact information, I won't show it to you here, but you can just find it yourself. My teacher contact number, I have my telephone numbers, the fax number, and my email contact as well. The course outline, we can maybe take a look at that briefly here. And if you click on that, it just tells you a little bit what law class is about, and I won't say too much about that, but what I will do is I'm actually going to just go to the part where it says assessments, because the way the Moodle gradebook works is you can weigh assignments, and you can weigh them a little bit differently than what you might be used to. So for the mark, it's a cumulative mark. So basically all of the quizzes and the assignments and the exams that you do all get pooled together and then a mark is derived from that. So the difference in weighting, though, like if you have a quiz, that'll be weighted at 1, and assignments will be weighted at 2, as you can see here, and your midterm and your final will be weighted at 3. So what that means basically is that your assignments are worth twice as much as your quizzes, and your midterm and your final is worth 3 times what your quizzes are. However, you have more quizzes, so even though they're weighted less, they're still important for your mark as well. And assignments, you have a few more of them, but you only have the one midterm final, and you might not even have a midterm. You might just have a final exam. Okay, so that's the marks breakdown for Law 30. Everything else is basically going to be on the Moodle course site here. And what I've tried to do, again, like I said, I've tried to make this as easy as I possibly could. Not in terms of necessarily the content, but in terms of navigating. So if you look, there's going to be Unit 1, there's going to be 5 of them. There'll be the foundations, there's going to be the criminal law unit, which you'll spend the majority of your time. There will be the civil law unit, and there will be the family law unit. And the last unit is the labor law unit, and then you have your final exam. If you notice, there's not that much listed in any one unit. You can see that there are a number of quizzes, and you can also see that I have them set up so that you actually can't proceed through the quizzes unless you've done the first one. So for instance, quiz 1.1 you'll be able to do right away, but you're not going to be able to do 1.2 or 1.3 until quiz 1.1 is done. Now, you can click in here to get your quizzes. However, the way I have it set up is I've made a law textbook, and I've got 3 different versions that you can access. The preferred way would be just to take this Law 30 textbook, this Word document, and if you can open Microsoft Word, if you can even download this law textbook, then you can follow along through the course, and you can actually type in and edit your law textbook, and that is really good for being able to take notes, questions, and so on. The Law 30, the PDF version, would be the second best choice because it keeps the formatting at least. However, you can't interact with the PDF version in terms of typing on it. The Law 30 text, the EPUB format, I have that as well in case you want to access this on a mobile device like a cell phone or an iPad, and then you can actually do your law course on that as well. So I'm just going to show you the law textbook and show you how the course actually works. So as you can see, this is the Microsoft Word version. So that means basically when I open this up, when I download it and open it, I can actually scroll through this. And what I've done is I've taken all of the course material and I've compiled it in this document. So you can actually go through it. There's like an outline, and there's unit by unit, what's in each unit, how long it takes, and so on. It gives you your assessment breakdown, and I've got that changed here as well. And then I wouldn't worry too much about the materials required. That was, you probably don't need a USB flash drive. That doesn't really, you don't really need that. You do need to be able to use either MS Word or Google Docs or something that I can read in terms of handing your assignments in. Sometimes I get into trouble when people use Mac computers because I don't have one, and quite often somebody will submit a file to me that has been created with one and I can't read it. So that is problematic. However, if you use your Mac computer and use Google Docs, it wouldn't be a problem. Okay, so I just want to scroll down and I just want to show you Unit 1. All right, so Unit 1, I have all of the activities, and you can see that the law textbook is broken down into units. The first unit is the foundations of Canadian law, or the Canadian legal system, and it's broken further down into subsections, so like activity 1.1, and basically I have the reading here, or what would be the notes. So the need for law is 1.1, and it gives you an explanation about that. And then at the bottom you can see that there's a podcast and there's a screencast here as well. So what this does is for every activity there's like stop and there's some questions that you can work on. I don't expect these to be handed in, but I expect these to be looked at, reflected upon, and done on your own. And then you can check yourself with the podcast or with the screencasts that will, and you can actually go ahead and check all of these on your own. So you're following through the course, much like you'd be taking like a reffing clinic or something like that. So, for instance, the 1.1 podcast, in that podcast, I've actually gone ahead and I've recorded me going through 1.1, explaining the material, and then answering the questions for you. The video screencasts is I've actually taken this textbook and I've done the same kind of thing. I've gone through 1.1, I've explained all of these questions and so on. And then once you feel you're ready, you can actually click and you can take the law quiz. And this is an online quiz. And the password for all of the quizzes on this course are Chinook with a capital C. You have to put your email address and your name to sign into the quiz. And I'll just show you that. So we'll take you to this quiz. Type in the password and it actually gives you quiz 1.1. Now, I've had in the past where people have done the quiz 2, 3, 4 times trying to get a perfect score. That it doesn't really help you because I'm just going to take your first attempt. I'm able to tell which is your first attempt, and I'd rather you be ready the first time rather than just to take the quiz over and over again and try and get 100%. So again, I'm only going to take the first attempt. So all through the book, all through this textbook, you can do the same thing. So 1.2, it's the same thing. You can listen to the podcast. I have my explanation. I have a screencast or a video for that as well. And I explain 1.2. So just like I would be in the classroom explaining the material that you're reading, I'm doing that here on the podcast as well. So this can go wherever you go. It's meant to be on your mobile device, meant to be on any computer or so on. All through there are quizzes, and the quizzes don't take very long. So what I've tried to do is reduce the number of long assignments and have you instead just go through the material and take quizzes and basically quiz yourself as well. So that's the law textbook. I think it's like 140 pages or something like that. And again, all through you're going to see these links where I have videos, where I have podcasts, and where I have other material for you. All right, so that just takes us back to the Moodle course, and you'll see quiz 1.1 in your textbook. That link for quiz 1.1 and this link go to the same place. So you're going to be able to, wherever you access it, if you're working in the textbook, you can just go right to that quiz 1.1, or you can go through quiz 1.1 here as well. What you have to do, though, is in order to be able to access the next one, is you actually have to go in Moodle and view the quiz through Moodle. So I'd prefer if you actually did the quiz through these links, because then you're viewing it and then you're able to unlock these other links as well. So I'd prefer if you did it that way. All of the quizzes and everything that you need to hand in is right here for Unit 1 and so on. You'll see that at the bottom there's a Unit 1 assignment, so there's one hand-in assignment and then one exam per unit. The rest are all just small quizzes, so there shouldn't be that much in terms of assignments, so you won't have dozens and dozens of assignments to do in this class. The same thing, these links here, it's the exact same link as what you found up here as well. Okay, so if you've downloaded the law textbook once here, or if you've opened up the PDF version or whatever, this just takes you to the same place. Everything is contained in the text. And I shouldn't really even call it a textbook. It's a document with resources and so on that take you through the Law 30 course. And that's basically it. That's how you work your way through the law class. At the end, the final exam and the final assignment are here. Please note that throughout the quizzes and the assignments, I do have due dates on them. So please make sure that you're adhering to those due dates as well. You should be able to, I think I have it set up so that you are able to check off your checklist on your own. And I'll just show you the checklist as well. The checklist is updated, so you can see all of the material that needs to be done for Law 30 is right here. So you have a few quizzes, and then again your Unit 1 assignment, your Unit 1 exam. You have your same thing for the criminal law unit. Now this assignment, the 2.14 assignment, gets to be a little bit longer, so there's less quizzes. And then Unit 3, the Unit 3 hand-in assignment is a little bit longer, so there's less quizzes. And then actually Units 4, the family law, and Units 5, the labor law unit, are actually quite small, so they don't take that long. So once you really get into Unit 3, you should start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel for Law 30. And I think that's it. I think you'll find that it should be fairly easy to navigate. Law 30 generally is not a difficult class. There aren't many difficult concepts. There's just some material to know. So like I said, it's almost like, for me, and the way I've designed it, is if you were taking like a roughing clinic or a boating online course or something like that. So again, I'm available phone, Google Chat. If you need anything like that, just give me a call, email me, and hopefully Law 30 goes well for you. And that should be it. Please view this and please do the work.